Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Let's go back to J3 EV 25001184, which is Garden Terrace Housing versus Akeisha Moore. And have the parties had an opportunity to visit and talk about this or not?
I do not believe they've spoken, Your Honor.
Okay, and your name, please, ma'am?
Sarah True,
Okay,
attorney for the plaintiff.
that's right in front of me. And let's see, is she here, Alkeisha Moore?
Yes, I'm here.
Have you and Miss True had an opportunity to talk about this matter or not?
They gave me a paper, they gave me an eviction notice. When they gave me an eviction notice, I just paid a bill. I just paid a bill this past couple of days, like 2 days ago, and they giving me papers to the mailbox.
Okay, would it do
And
any good? Would it do
yes,
any good for the two of you to visit, or have we gone
yeah,
beyond the point?
it's
Your
okay.
Honor,
Excuse me. You can go ahead.
sorry. Your Honor, this is not for the non-payment of rent. This is for prohibitive conduct issues. There have been several instances of prohibited conduct, so I don't believe that a discussion would be beneficial in this case.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I skimmed over the petition ahead of time. All right. We better just go ahead with the hearing then, and the plaintiff's ready to proceed.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
And are you ready to proceed, Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Okay. The plaintiff may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is an eviction based on breaches of lease related to prohibited conduct. Specifically, the defendant has breached paragraph 11.1 of the lease by behaving in a loud or dangerous manner and threatening the comfort and safety of multiple members of Garden Terrace staff. In the first instance, this occurred in March of 2025. I submitted a video as Exhibit 3 for this. The video is a little difficult to see, but I do have a witness here that can testify to who the parties in the video are. But in this video, there's a staff member and the defendant is seen dressed in all black waiting by the staff member's car in the dark after she had gotten off of her shift, and is seen swinging a branch at the staff member while the staff member backs away in a defensive position, and the police were called to the property in response to this. And I also have a witness here, Anna, if you can confirm that this is what the video shows and that the defendant is seen in the video threatening the staff member with a branch.
Yes, that is what happened. We did have a staff member and when we did get the lease violation to Alkeisha on one of the following days after that incident, she did admit to me and my assistant and the program manager at that time that she went out her window and she did grab a branch, and that she had went to the staff member's vehicle to wait for when she got off her shift to confront her.
Can I say something? Excuse me.
We'll give you a chance, ma'am.
Okay,
Let's let them finish, and then you'll have your chance.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Okay.
you, Your Honor. And then during the second instance of conduct, the defendant entered the front office of Garden Terrace on June 11th of 2025 around 2 p.m. and threatened the acting manager, Anna Alvarez, at Garden Terrace, screaming that she was going to get her and that she would wait for her to get off work. Anna, in your own words, can you explain a little bit about what happened that day, please?
Yes. So it was around 1:40.
Before we go, can I get you to raise your right hand, please? The testimony you've given this hearing, you promise to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So it was around 1:45 on June the 11th of 2025, and I heard Alkeisha screaming very loudly in the lobby area, which there had been some verbal behavior against me that was progressively getting worse and prior to that week. So I knew that her yelling was mainly coming towards me, And per our corporate office directives, they want us to kind of stay inside of our offices to like make sure that we are safe. So at that time, it was a situation where I did have other employees informing me what was going on, even though I could hear her screaming. Inside of my office, I couldn't necessarily hear what she was saying, but they were warning me that she was saying that she wanted to fight me, that it was a situation that she was angry, that she wanted to fight me, and they were saying to please make sure that I was staying locked up inside of my office, and that she had mentioned that she was waiting for me to get off work. It was a situation where I had the resident services team come in. So I'll just kind of read you what I wrote. I just put, so I stayed in my office. I knew the screaming was being directed at me. Due to my door being shut, I couldn't make out exactly what she was screaming, but my assistant came into the office and told me that she was saying that she would wait until 4 o'clock when I exited the office. And I had the staff member mention that they were scared for what that might mean. I texted my supervisor at that time, and then she had it to where she worked out with another coworker to kind of cause a distraction with Alkeisha, so that way she couldn't see me exit my office. And so I had it to where I had to have another coworker and along with my maintenance man escort me out of my office in a different part of the building. So then that way she would not be able to see me when I left. And then later on, she sat there until almost 4 o'clock. This incident happened at like 1:45. So she sat in the lobby area just waiting for me to leave. And then when I had to come back to get one of my bags, because I had to abruptly leave around 5:30, the shift clerk that was working that night, because I had to call from my vehicle, and the shift clerk had to bring me my bag, and was saying that she still was sitting out there from 4 to 5 saying that she was going to get me or get my ass, and waiting for me to come out of the office.
And Your Honor, I also submitted an Exhibit 4, which is an incident statement that the staff filled out after this, which was what I believe Anna was reading off of before. So the court has a copy of that as well.
Okay.
And then Anna, can you explain to me just very briefly how you kind of felt, or if you were afraid during this instance that occurred in June?
Yeah, I was extremely nervous for myself, especially with the first incidents that took place, knowing that she had went through a window and grabbed a blunt object and had met that person and knew what time that person had got off work. It was the same behavior that was being acted out towards me, because she knew kind of when my shift ended, and she was making mentioning of that to other staff members, like that she was just going to sit and wait for me to leave. So I was extremely nervous. I actually asked to work on a different property the next day, because I was nervous about what she could possibly do, and the fact that it was hours long. It wasn't just one outburst where she said it quickly and then walked away. It was hours of her saying the same thing over and over again.
Thank you, Anna. And then based on the conduct during these 2 incidents, Your Honor, the plaintiff delivered a 30-day notice to vacate on June 28th. Chandeli, can you confirm that this notice was hand-delivered and mailed to the defendant?
Yes, it was.
Thank you. And then, Your Honor, to our knowledge, the defendant is not vacated, so we are seeking possession, court costs, and attorney's fees in the amount of $1,000.
Okay, so she's vacated the premise?
She has not, Your Honor.
Oh,
She's
okay.
still living there.
And what was the monetary amount sought one more time?
We're seeking $1,000 for attorney's fees. We're not seeking any back due rent.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Moore, you have an opportunity. Did you wish to testify and tell
Yes,
your
I'm about to
side of this?
testify, sir. Yes, I'm about to testify.
If you'd raise your right hand, ma'am. In the
Right hand.
testimony you give in this hearing, do you promise to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Nothing but the truth.
Thank you. Why don't you go ahead and tell me your side of this?
Okay, my side of the story. When the manager first started, I didn't know the manager. She brought Rachel outside. When she brought Rachel outside, I was sitting outside by myself. Her and Rachel came outside in the daylight. They didn't say nothing, so I got up. And when I got up, they went back inside. They went back inside. Well, I went back inside first. And they were still out there. So I don't know the manager. The manager's supposed to be new. So in Rachel perspective or something like that, or whatever the case may be, Rachel is going through a hormone. I asked Rachel, I said, Rachel, you need something, or whatever, she not eating. I said, Rachel, you want some pickles or something like that for the hormone. So when I told X that, they had another man that I was helping up here, and I was cooking for him at night. And he asked, go ask Rachel, do she need something to eat? She looked at me like I was crazy. She thought I was giving her a pickle like a man's dick. And at the same time after that, when I finished, I was walking up the hallway with the pot. She said, well, let me see how it tastes. You don't tell a woman to see how it tastes. That's like that's like telling a man, telling another woman to suck a man's dick. You understand that? So I was on the phone. What they talking about with Rachel and her problem. I was on the phone with somebody, and it was Valentine's. So she's like giving me the thumbs up, like, because she don't have no communication. So by me just talking to the people when they be like, hey, how you doing, or whatever the case may be, and we're just communicating in a group like that, and we'll go about our business. That's the case of the matter. So it's like you're not walking around and do your job. You're not walking around to do your job, and everybody see it. So when we out there, we talking, we communicating, go do your job and don't worry about nobody else. So it was one of these days or whatever the day, she was like, well, can you go knock on this person's door? So I said, okay, I'm going to knock on the person's door. So when I knock on the person's door, they didn't answer the door. So I sit down, in the lobby, because that's where we sit at, we resting or whatever the case may be. We want to sit inside or we go somewhere. So she was like, can you go knock on it again? So I knocked on it again for her. And, this person's in a wheelchair. It's going to take a person a while to get out of the wheelchair. So that person didn't know that person was coming. And that person came out and he didn't know he was coming. So I'm not going to do your job for you. So another sentence. The next sentence, the fire alarm went off. So we still sitting out there. Everybody just, a few people, we talking or whatever the case may be. And she come out and she said, you know where that's coming from? And we just looking like, okay, they have stoves downstairs because I'm in a dungeon way downstairs. And I don't know what's going on upstairs unless I go up there. That's not my job. So I say, it must be coming from the kitchen or it may be coming from downstairs. That's the only ones that have the stoves and whatever else they have up in it. So I was walking toward the kitchen. So when I was walking toward the kitchen, she was walking behind, on the side of me, like walking with me. So she heard me. Well, I raised my voice a little bit so the man can hear me because he had earplugs in his ear because that's the stove burning. So he was like, well, don't holler at me. And that's the case when you gotta, just move out the way so I can turn it off. She's sitting up there, she just looking. You ain't gonna tell him nothing? And I'm doing your job for you. Look like I'm doing your job for you. So that's the problem right there. So besides that, and to drop that, what they're talking about with the stick, she's doing it again, like communication conversation. To some, on the phone, she eat behind a desk. She brought some food. You don't eat behind a desk, behind a computer. You don't do that behind a computer. She listens to music behind a computer. She's doing what she wants behind a computer. One day she was like, well, here, go listen to your music if y'all want to tell us something. And she's looking at me in the dark, in the dark. And, she's just getting up, like, just looking at me. What's on my face that you looking at? And, I'm like, I'm not going to do nobody's job. I didn't come here for nobody's psychiatrist. I'm doing my own psychiatrist. And last year, I did the fair. I traveled with family. Did the fair. I traveled with family. I'm on a treadmill at 7:30 in the morning, and nobody, a few people up, and everybody sleep. They don't know I'm on a treadmill, so that's why my weight is going down. I'm going through a little hormone. So her little hormone against my little hormone, trying to give us some pickles or something, trying to help her, whatever the case be. Everybody like trying to help us, something like that. And one lady's like, hell, she don't want to do her job anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna sit up there and get put out. I've been helping people, the kinds of my heart or whatever the case may be, helping folks, and I've been doing me. But the manager on her end, I don't know the manager. Don't come at me like that. And when I was working with somebody through a resume on a job, I'm professional, like a certified nurse. So with her, I'm working with her. The manager gonna come behind me because the assistant manager gave her a box, and they bring the box. They brings the box at any time of the day to fix on the building. So she walking behind me all lightly. She just walking, just all, creepy, not creepy. I ain't gonna say it like that. Just, just walking lightly so the box won't fall. So I get to the lady halfway to the lady door. So when I get halfway to the lady door, the box get knocked over and it falls like she playing, the manager. You're gonna wait until you get in between a curve. You don't like driving to make the box fall, and whatever's in the box gonna fall, and it's gonna break in the box, and you're gonna have to pay for it too. So I thought it was somebody fell out their chair, or somebody just hit the floor. So knowing a person, they're gonna say something, and if their voice get louder, why it happened? Because you was walking behind me all lightly, and you're gonna wait until you get to the, to make the turn, to be playing kiki in with the assistant that she have working on the first shift, and they playing. Do not play like, because I don't play like that. And if you needed help for me to help you, I would have. So besides with the manager, she playing in the dark with the light off. So the
Your
light,
Honor.
it's like ghosts. It's like ghosts, playing ghosts, like Whipper Goldberg. So when I
Okay.
pass the office, and I don't mess with nobody like that. I don't tell nobody nothing. I do what I have to do. She playing with her little hair, like she have hair on her face.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I need to object to this.
Yeah.
I want to let the defendant
That's
speak,
kind of like,
but none of this has anything to do with the two instances of conduct that were the reasons for the notice to vacate.
I understand that, but I'm just, excuse me, ma'am, I'm just explaining. And it's one more thing, and I'm just gonna close my mouth. The stick, when I went out there, and even if I just don't want to do it privately out there with them without nobody knowing, just to tell her, because I am not here to play. And if I had to do your job, I would have helped you or something like that. Say something, because I'm good with the computer, whatever the case may be. The stick went in my hand to hit her. The stick was just in my hand just to calm my leave, whatever the case may be. Because for one, I'm tired. I'm going through a little hormone. You know what I'm saying? And it was just in my hand, so it just traveled with me. So I'm like, raising it up, but I didn't hit her. But they didn't see when she braced up. And when she braced up, that made me, or whether she was listening at first. Because if she had to listen and just go whatever, go around the car, whatever, because she was kind of scared. How you gonna be scared to go around your car? What if somebody was jumped the gate and you didn't say, you would have got hit or something? That's what I'm trying to say. What if you would have got hit or something like that? She listened for a little bit and she was like, I'm tired of you. If you're going through a hormone too, you need to let the manager know that you're tired. Because I work myself, but I'm not working right now, but I was. So I'm like, it didn't hit her to hit her. She braced up at me, and that made me I slung the stick. But instead of me sitting up there trying to hit her, I grabbed her purse. When I grabbed her purse, she was like, yeah. So I just put it down. I throw it down, but I just put and I put it to the floor. You're not going to sit up there and play me and have me doing your job. So that's the point of the matter. If you don't want to do your job, you might as well find another job or let the manager know, or if you're tired or whatever the case may be, you need to go home and let the manager know. She going through a little hormone. She thought she just got they had a man come. They had people come with their food. They had a man come. Do they have any nurses or whatever the case may be? I had to go look for her and stuff, look for her. And she just come out the restroom and talk about her stomach hurt. If your stomach hurt, you need to go home. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's a hormone thing. It's a little mental thing. And I did not sit up there and threaten the manager, because the manager should have came to me as a woman to my door and talked to me when the manager knocked on my door and I'm sleeping. I'm not sleeping, but resting. I'm the manager. Of course, we know you're the manager because you put the paper on the door and your name is at the bottom. And I already see if I need you, if I would tell you. And every time I go out there, I feel harassed by her. I know how to knock on the door for the assistant manager or whatever the case may be. And I'm going to talk the knock on the door. Every time I go out there, she knocking for me. I'm not handicapped. I know how to knock or whatever the case may be. I don't need you to do it. That's like school. We don't go to the office for no or whatever, so no bull crap. If we need it in emergency, we will go.
Okay,
So
that,
I don't know the manager.
there's a video, Madam Clerk. Is it possible for us to see the video or not?
It is, Your Honor. Give me 1 second to screen share.
I'm not doing nobody else's job and not getting paid. No communication skills.
Okay, 1 second. I'm finna make it bigger on my side. Gonna share.
And she giggling on the phone. Do that at home. Curling her hair in the phone. In the
Let me know if
computer.
you can hear it. I'm not sure. Or is it Miss True? Is it audio?
No, there's no
Okay.
audio.
She went around. She went around because she didn't see me. She didn't see me. She didn't know who I was. So when she didn't know who I was talking to her. And when I was talking to her, and you see her hand, she ready. And then when the man came, when she ran back in and the man came, he pulled her back and she came out the door. And he pulled her back in the room. And she wanted to fight then. She going through a little hormone. And I was just talking to her when I was talking to her. I didn't raise up at her. And if I had to talk something like that, just whatever the case may be, so she won't lose her job. I said the manager called me. She looked at it. She was like, what you said? And I'm not going to let nobody raise up at me. She raised up at me. Look at her hand. Ready. And
Your
now
Honor,
that's like
as you can see in the video, it looks like the defendant was waiting on the other side of the car, and she came around the car at the staff member, was swinging the branch at the staff member, and the staff member was backing away with her arms up in a defensive position. And here you can see the defendant grabs the staff member's purse and
And I
attempts to
didn't hit
run
her.
away with it.
Okay.
That's just like, raising your hand up or whatever the case may be. If you're gonna listen, you're gonna listen. If you're not, you're not. That stick is gone. And that stick, I did that, whatever, I picked that stick up so it won't be on my brain. You gotta pick up something so, do like a puzzle or something. I've been having puzzle books. I've been having all
Okay,
types
I believe that's the end basically of the video as well. She grabs her things and just walks away and gets in the car. The staff member does.
and she ran out. And
No,
then
that's
when she
allowed.
when she ran back in, the man came for the next shift. And when he came for the next shift, she ran right back out. And whatever the case may be. And she just ran out like she wanted to fight. But guess what? Let me tell you something. I'm about to close my mouth. When I tried to talk to her and she thought somebody was trying to do her something, if she slammed the door in my face. I didn't try to do it, nothing. I was just talking, standing there talking. And if she had that's the mental of a female. She slammed the door so damn hard, everybody heard it. She should have went home. And somebody else was like, well, hell, she looked like she don't want to do a job. She need to go find another job. She act like she don't want to do it. And I'm cleaning up this little box, this little apartment, whatever it is, since last year. Giving stuff away. Y'all see that in the camera? It's all in the kitchen. The laundry room. And I'm still doing it. I'm about to slow down.
And I'm going to object again to relevance. I'm not sure what the defendant is speaking
All
out,
right,
but again, it's
Because I'm doing it on my own. I'm doing my own thing. I don't have the problem. I don't have the time to do that. Somebody else's job. That's our homeowner. Already.
It's painfully obvious to me that the landlord-tenant relationship is dissolved to such an extent that,
Communication conversation that she don't have. She don't have no communication skills. All on the phone.
that
And
be
eating
that
behind a computer. That's
as
not my
it
business.
may, I think based on all of that, the parties need to have physical distance between them. So we're going to award the plaintiff judgment for possession and the fees sought. And we'll send everyone a copy of the judgment. But there's no way for this more. I don't know why you'd want to live in a place like this where the relationship is deteriorated to this extent. But anyway, we'll award plaintiff judgment in the amount sought. Thank you all.
Your Honor,
Thank
what's
you.
the bond?
$2,000.
Miss Moore,
Okay.
did you have a question?
Hold on,
Miss
ma'am.
Moore? Okay.
Okay, 1190.
I don't have a question, but I appreciate the the outcome. Because I'm not doing nobody's job. I'm doing my own job up here trying to keep it clean. I've been
Next will be O.H. Riddell. Doing business Lennox Woods versus Kenneth Pierce. Is a representative for O.H. Riddell.